Hello guys, welcome to Code Play Jatin, and today we will be up solving Starter 26. Okay, so here we are at the CodeChef website and Starter 26. So the first question is count the notebooks. Count the notebooks. So it says that 1 kg of pulp can be used to make 1000 pages and one notebook consists of 100 pages. Okay, and well, we have a set of n kg pages, n kg of pulp. We have n kg of pulp. We have to tell how many notebooks we can make. Okay, well guys, I hope that I expect that you have already read the question. So directly we will be going to the understanding part. So first of all, start at 26. First question is count the notebooks. Here, well, 1 kg of pulp can produce 1000 pages and one notebook has 100 pages. We have a total of n kg pulp. We have to tell number of notebooks that we can make. Okay, so guys, it's very easy. It will be n into 1000 pages. Like these are the total number of pages that can be produced from n kg pulp. But we have to make notebooks, and each notebook has 100 pages. Okay, so we will see out n into 100. Okay, and it will become our answer. It is nothing but just n into 10. Okay, so now we will be going to its coding part. Like we will be I will be submitting in practice because the contest is already over. Okay, so guys, like it is my starter code. So like first of all, we will be taking value of n, then c in n, and then our answer will be n into 10. Okay, or like you can say that n into 1000 upon 100. It's not the same thing. Then you will see out answer n. Okay, like I have already pasted the sample cases here. So the answer that we expect is 10,500, and we are getting exactly the same answer. Now we will try to submit this problem. And bravo, we did our first question, guys. We solved our first question. Okay, so now we will be going to second question. Okay, it says that there are initially x people in the room. Okay, we have an array A of length n that describes the following event. If AI is positive, then people enters the room. If AI positive, AI is negative, people leave the room. Determine maximum number of people in the room. We have to determine maximum number of people in the room at any moment of time. Now here we are at the second question, and it is hostel room. It says that initially, like let's say that initially there is a room. Okay, initially x people are there, and at the ith minute, at t equals to, let's say, AI. Let's say at t equals to ith second, AI people enters the room if AI is positive. Okay, if AI is positive, else AI people leaves the room if AI is negative. Okay, so let's try to copy paste the sample cases now. Okay, let's try to I will try to explain you sample cases. Sample case 1, it is given that n equals to 5 and x equals to 8 while the ai is 0, 3, 3, minus 13 and 5. Okay, so like guys, initially the room has 8 people. Okay, at I equals to 0, 0 people enters the room. Okay, like it is given that if ai is equals to or greater than 0. Okay, so at I equals to 0, 0 people enters the room. So now person becomes 8 plus 0, 8. At I equals to 0, 0 people enters the room. Okay, at I equals to 3, it is again positive. At I equals to 1, I equals to, and these are the number of people. Okay, yeah, it is positive, so the number of people becomes 8 plus 1, that is 9. At I equals to 2, it becomes 9 plus 3, 12. Okay, 8 plus 1, 9. Okay, and 9, 3, 12. Okay, and see guys, like now it becomes, let me see test cases again. 8a. Okay, it's 3, 3 minus 3. Okay, like it's 0, 3, 3 minus 13 and then f. Okay, 8, 3, 8, 0, 8 plus 3, it will be, okay guys, 8 plus 3 will be 12 here, like 3 people enters the room, and then it becomes 15. Okay, now it is minus 13. Minus 13 means at I equals to, minus 13 means that at I equals to 3, now I equals to 3, 13 people are leaving the room. Okay, so now the person, like it will be 15 minus 13, so now becomes 2. The number of people in the room at I equals to 3 becomes 2. Here again 5 people enter the room at I equals to 4, so 4 plus 5 plus 2, 7. Guys, we have to tell maximum people at any moment of time. Maximum people were 15. Okay, maximum people were 15, and when it became at I equals to 2. Okay, so like now trying to make you understand the second test cases too. Sample case 2, here we have n equals to 4 and equals to 5, x equals to 5, and now it is 0, minus 2, 2 and 3. Okay, now again guys, initially the room has 5 people. Okay, these are the count of people, like initial people represented by x. Okay, so at I equals to, again at I equals to 0, 0 people are entering the room, so the number of people are 5. At I equals to 1, 2 people are leaving the room. Okay, because it is negative, so count becomes 3, like the people becomes, let's represent it by people becomes 3. Now 2 person are entering the room at I equals to 2, so people become 5, and now they become 8. Okay, at I equals to 3, 3 person are entering the room. So guys, like I hope now the solution, like the question is clear to you. Okay, so now we will be going to its coding part. So we will take scene and we will input values for n and x, then scene and x. Okay, so now into n x, well, now we will be declaring a variable to input given elements, while n minus minus scene num. Okay guys, and then now well, we need a variable to store the people at any moment of time. So int of people, and initially people are x. Okay, we also need a variable to store the maximum value, to store maximum person at a time, and initially the x people are there. It means that it means also that maximum people initially were x. Okay, so now we will be updating people plus num n. See if num is negative, then people will be decremented by num, and if it is positive, then it will be incremented by num. Okay, and we need to update our max variable also. So mx equals to max of people comma mx. Okay, and at last we will see out maxim, it is max mx. Now we are trying to run this code. It gives us 1488, and let's try to submit this problem. Currently running test case 2. I hope it will work. And it shows that correct answer. Yes guys, again we have submitted a second problem. Okay, so now we will be going to third problem of the contest. It is careless chef. Okay, careless chef. Careless chef. It says that chef has a sequence a of length n. He creates another sequence b. Of length 2. Okay, of length 2n. Using sequence a, and initially b is empty. Chef perform the following operation. Okay, add ai minus k and add ai plus k to okay. I expect that you have read this problem on your own. Okay, so we will be going to its understanding part. So we are at the third problem, and third problem is careless chef. It states that we have an initially chef had a sequence a of length n. Okay, let's say a of length n. What he did was he picked the ai and he added any arbitrary integer k to it, and again he subtracted the same integer from that same ai, and then he inserted those value at b. So bi became ai plus k, and another bi, let's say another represented as bj became ai minus k. Okay, so let's say we have a equals to 2, 3, 4, 5 of size n. Okay, of size n. Here n is 4. Then what did was a initialized an b with the 8 blank spaces. Okay, let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. And how he inserted, like what values he inserted at his position was, let's say first he picked 2. Then in 2 he added any integer. Let's say he added 0. 2, 0. Then he inserted 2 and then 2. Then in 3, let's say he added 1. Then it became 3 plus 1 and 3 minus 1. Then he inserted 4 and then 2. In the same way, he added, he just picked a arbitrary value. Arbitrary means anything, he can add, let's say 4 plus 100, 4 minus 100. Okay, 4 plus 10 to the power 4, 4 minus 10 to the power 4. But for his calculation and understanding, we are taking small values. So let's say he added 4 plus 5 and then 4 minus 5. Then it became 4 plus 5, 9, and 4 minus 1, minus 1. Like, is it given that ai these are all positive? bi equals to less than n. Okay, so bi can be negative too. Yeah, we can see that bi can be negative. Okay, so here, and let's say in 4, in 5, he added, let's say 10. 5 plus 10 and then 5. Okay, and then 5 minus 10, then it became 15, and then it became minus 5. Okay, so like I'm writing b clearly here. Then b becomes 2, 2, 4, 2, 9, minus 1, 15, and minus 5. Then as he is a careless, he shuffled it. B got shuffled, and he lost A as well as B. B lost. Now he does not remember. Okay, now he vaguely remembers, means like he is not very sure, but he remembers that B was something. And he want us to know, like he want us to answer for him that whether it is possible that such A exists, for which this B is possible. Okay, so now we will try to understand these sample cases. I hope guys now like the logic is clear to you, like the approach is clear to you what he has done. Okay, so now we will be going with the test cases. So let's pick this one. Let me check if I can copy it like that. Oh yes, very easy. Okay, so we know that now initially it is n. Okay, and these are AIs. Okay, so BI will be, first of all we know that, okay, it is BI. We have to check if such AI are possible. Okay, so guys, the thing is that these numbers are made from BI. Okay, these numbers are made from BI, and let me show you something. We know that every BI is of the form AI plus K or AI minus K. Okay, now what if we add them? Then it will be AI plus K plus AI minus K, and it gives us twice of AI. Okay, so let's try to understand it further. We know that B1 plus B2 plus B3 plus B4. Okay, here it is like B4, up to B4 will be, we know that A1 plus something K1. Okay, and plus A2 A1 plus K1. Here it will be minus A1 minus. Okay, because each B1 is formed by this manipulation. Okay, and then B2 will be A2 plus K2 plus A2 minus K2, and again B4 will be A4 plus K4 plus A4 minus K4. Okay, and now again, like solving them, what we will get, see this plus K1 minus K1 gets cancelled, plus K2 minus K2 gets cancelled. It means that the only thing that we have is A1 plus A1 plus A1 plus A2 plus A2 plus A3 plus A3 plus A4 plus A4, or we can write it as A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus A4. Okay, like these are the just sum. Okay, it is just sum of BI. It means that sum of BI equals to twice sum of AI. See, like now there can be two cases. Either sum of AI is odd or even. Either it is odd or even. But in both the cases, if we multiply odd into 2, it will become even. And even into 2, it will also give us even. Okay, it will also give us even. It means that in both the cases, BI will be even. In both the cases, BI will be even. Or we can say that if BI is even, it means that we have done these things in the past. or we can also say that if bi is even, it means that yes, it is possible. It means that it is possible, else no. Okay, else no. So guys, again, now I hope you have understood this question. Now we will be going to its coding part. We can see that first of all we are taking input for n, int n, c in n. Okay, and then now let's say now while n minus minus, while 2n minus minus. Okay, so like let's say int of size b, let's say represent as int of size of b by z, and it becomes 2 into n. So while z minus minus, we need to take input for the values of bi2. Okay, so input num, int of num, and now we will be taking its input c in num. Okay, so let's say we need a variable for storing their sum, so int of sum. Okay, and sum equals to, let's initialize it with 0, int of sum equals to 0, and sum plus equals to num. Okay, like we have added all the values of bi. Now again we will check if sum is even. If sum is even, it will see out yes. It will see out yes, else it will say no. Else it will say no. Okay, so now we will try to run this code. It shows yes, no, yes, and the output that we should get is, it's also yes, no, yes. Okay, so now let's try to solve this problem. Well, it's currently running test case 1. Yes guys, again congrats, we have submitted our third problem successfully. Okay, so now we are going to fourth problem, that is control the pollution, and it seems to be some real life problem. Control the pollution, nice. So it states that we have two type of vehicles, bus and 100. Bus has a capacity of 100 people, okay, while car has a capacity of 4 people. Okay, there are n people who wants to travel. Okay, you know that a bus emits x unit of smoke while car emits y unit of smoke. Okay, we want to arrange some buses and cars to carry all these n people such that total smoke emitted is minimized. Okay, the input is nxy, output the minimum units of smoke emitted in transporting the n people. Okay, like these are given. Again guys, we will be going to its understanding part. Okay, so now let me take a new page. Now we are at fourth problem, control the pollution. Okay, and it says that we have two vehicle bus. We have two vehicle, bus and car. Bus has a capacity of 100. It means that maximum person that he can accommodate is 100. Okay, while car has a capacity of 4 people. Let's represent it by b max and it by c max. Bus emits x unit of smoke while car emits y unit of smoke. Okay, and we have a total of n people. We have a total of n people that want to travel from place A to place B. We have to output let's say count of vehicles. Okay, we have to output count of vehicles, and it is such that pollution is minimum pollution. count of bus or max. Let's say we have to simple, very simple lead count. We do not have to input our, like we have to do not have output count. We have to count minimum pollution output. Okay, so guys, see, there can be depending on the value of n, first of all there can be two cases. It's that n is less than capacity of 100, less than or equals to, or greater than 100. Let's say that if n is less than or equal to capacity of 100, it means that again either we will require only one bus. If n is less than 100, then we will require either one bus, okay, only one bus, or we will require only car, okay, only car. Let's try to understand this case. Case 1, let's say n is less than equals to 100. Okay, so we will understand sample cases here only. So when it is less than 100, we have two cases. Okay guys, like when n is 100, we have two sample cases, and let's say consider sample case 1. N is 90, x 40 and 8, n, x and y. See here, n is less than 100, it means that all 9 people can be accommodated in single bus, okay, single bus. And if single bus is used, it means that 40 units of people, it means that we can see that 9 is less than 100, it means that all 9 can be accommodated in one bus. And when we are using one bus, then the pollution will be 1 bus into x. Okay, then the pollution will be 1 into x. Okay, then it will be 1 into x is 40 here, it means it will be 40 units, 40. Now let's see, if we use car, if we use bus. Now if we use car, we know that 9 is greater than capacity of bus, and the capacity of car, that is 9 is greater than capacity of car, and capacity of car is 4. It means that we will need 3 cars. Because 8 people can be accommodated in 2 cars. Okay, but then for remaining 1 person, we need 1 car, so total will be 3 cars. This implies that total 3 cars will emit 3 into y, that is 24 units of smoke. So we have to output minimum count. Okay, so we will output minimum of 40 and minimum of 24, then our output will be 24. Okay, so now we have seen first case of when n is less than 40. It means that when we can use either only one bus or only cars, okay, or all only cars. Now let's try to understand sample case 2. New page at end. Let's try to understand sample case 2, and the sample case 2 is again n, x and y, and n is 15, x 20 and 20. Okay, now again we will check. Now we know that 15 is less than capacity of 100. We have to check if it is less than capacity of 100, because if it is so, then we will need only one bus. If we have to check that we need to travel them only by one bus. Okay, if yes, it means that pollution by bus will be, let's represent it as pollution by bus will be, we need one bus, 1 into x, then it will be 20 units. Okay, and it was if we use bus. And if we use car, then again we have to check that for 15 people how many cars we need. 15 by 4 equals to 3. It's integer part 3, but now 1 person is like 3 person are already remaining. Okay, 3 persons are already remaining, and now for these 3 persons we need again one car. Okay, like 15 by 4, its integral part is 15, its integral part is okay, its integral part is 3, and then now the remaining person, that is 15 modulo 4, it becomes 3. It means that now we see that 3 is less than 4. So to accommodate these 3 people we need one car. So total car becomes 4 cars. So total we need 4 cars, and the pollution by car represented by P car will be 4 into 20, because y here is 20, so 80. It means that pollution that bus will emit is 20 and the car will emit is 20, but we need minimum of P bus, okay, and minimum of P car. Here it is P bus, so it is basically minimum of P bus. Here it is less, like it is just for commenting purpose. Okay, it is just for commenting purpose. So now here we know that, okay, let me write it in the next line. Okay, so it will be minimum of P bus is 20 and P car is 80, so our answer will be 20 units. Okay, and we can verify that for the first case we were getting 24 and second 20, and again in, like we can see here, in the second case we are getting 20, second case we are getting 20, and in the first case we are getting 24, and in the first case we are getting 24. I hope guys you are getting it. Okay, so now the case is remaining case, like when n is less than when n is less than 100, we have seen these cases, either one bus or only car. Now what if n is 100 greater than 100, that is n is greater than capacity of 100. Okay, like case second, when n is greater than capacity of 100. In case when n is greater than 100, it means that we can have three possible cases. Only bus, only car, or bus plus car. Okay, or bus plus car. See, in only one bus, like when we will be using only bus, first of all we will check integral part of n by 100. Okay, let's consider n as let's consider n here as 150. Okay, 150. So n by 100 will give us one bus, but will give us one bus. Okay, but 15 people are also remaining. Okay, so we will update n by remainder of n modulo n 10. Okay, let me write this here. First case, only bus, we are taking n equals to 150. Okay, and let's say x equals to 20 and y equals to 20. Okay, in case of only bus, first of all we will check how many bus we need for proper division. Like n by 100, it will give us 150 by 100, it will give us 1. But now 15 people are remaining, so we need to update our n. Okay, so we need to update our n modulo 100. Now it means that n becomes 50. And see, now when n is less than 100, so we will increment our bus counter by 1, so it becomes 2. Okay, so let's say here it was number of bus for 1 and now it becomes 2. So now we know that a total of 2 buses are needed. Okay, so P bus will be, that is pollution of bus will be 2 into x, then it will become 2 into x is 20, then it will give us 40 units of smoke. Okay, new page at end. Now we will see what if we are using only cars. Now only cars, n is 150. Again we will check n by 4, 150 by 4, 1 is 150, so 150 by 4 becomes 37. 37. Okay, now it will check. Now it will check if n modulo 4 is true. If it is true, it means that some remainder is remaining. Okay, so then we will increment our counter by 1. Then our bus is like mean the car will be 37 for accommodating their proper division. Okay, and 1 for remainder 1. So it will be 38. Now P car will be 38 into 20, because y here is 20. Okay, then it will be 26 and 236 760 units. Okay, and then now what if we use both car as well as bus? It means that case third, car plus bus. Now again, first of all, we know that bus will accommodate majority of the people. Okay, so we will for bus we will update n by 100. It will be n by 100, like the count of bus. Okay, let's represent by count of bus. Okay, count of bus will be n by 100. N is 150, so it will be 1. Now we have already used one bus. Okay, we have used one bus already. Now remaining will be like we will be using cars. Okay, so first of all, then we need to update n to n becomes n modulo 100. It makes n as 50. Okay, now we will check for car. Count of car, let's say it will be 50 by 4. Okay, it will be 50 by 4. Now 50 by 4 is nothing but just 12. But we need to check that still two people are remaining. Okay, 50 by 4. Okay, 2 people are remaining. Yes. Okay, so now we need one car for these two people also. Okay, so count of car will be incremented, and it will be count of car will be incremented, and let's say it will become 13. Okay, n is 150 ले रहा हूँ भाई साहब यहाँ पे. Okay, so now we know that pollution will be like pollution by bus will be number of bus, that is 1 into x, and it becomes 1 into x we have taken as 20. Okay, so it will be 20. Pollution by bus will be 20, and pollution by car, here it will be 13 into 20 and becomes 260. And since because here we are using both of them, then total pollution will be represented by, let's say, P car bus will be 20 plus 260, and it gives us 280. It means that when we use car as well as bus, we get a three possibility, like P car bus has 280, P car has 760, and P bus has 40, and we have to output minimum. Okay, so our answer will be minimum of P bus, minimum of P car, and minimum of P car bus. It means that minimum of 40, minimum of 280, and it was 760. It means that our answer will be 40. Okay, so like in the sample case third, they have instead of 105, I have taken 150. Okay, and like I have altered values of x and y to 2. You can try with this sample case too. So now we will be going to its submit to its coding part. Include bits, define int of long. Well guys, it is just for making our code good and like to prevent some problems. If you don't know why we write it, do mention in the comment. Okay, I will surely answer, but learn it, it will be useful in future and you will realize how important it is. Okay, int of t, seeing t, and for each test cases we will call a function called output. Now declaring a function output, defining output. Here you will be taking input n. Do we require n? Yes, we require n, and then x, and then y, then c in n, c in x, and c in y. Okay, so now there will be we will be checking to like as we have seen that there can be three possibility. Okay, first of all, like there can be two possibility, n is less than 100 or n is greater than 100. So let's say if n is, okay, first of all we will be writing normal. For normal, let's say if n is less than 100. So when n is less than 100, we need, like, there can be two possibility that either we will be using only buses or only cars. Okay, so let's declare int of p bus. It will give us the pollution caused by bus. Okay, pollution by bus. We will be declaring a function and we are passing value of n and x to it. In the same way, we are declaring a variable int of p car equals to pol car. It will give us pollution caused by car. We will pass y. Okay, now we will be declaring these functions. Int of pol bus, int of n, int of x, int of pol car, int of n, comma, int of y. Okay, and now we will be declaring, like, we will be coding this pol bus. Let's say we have a pollution. Okay, and see that we for every test case we have a common maximum capacity of bus and car. Okay, so we will declare them as a global variable. Let's say int of b max equals to 100 and int of c max equals to 4. Okay, so for checking pollution by bus, it gives us pollution caused by bus when only buses are used. Okay, and pol car will be when only pol car is used. Okay, so when n is okay, so we will again, like, let's say int of c bus. C bus will represent count of bus, int of c bus, and c bus will be basically n by b max. Okay, it will be basically n by b max. Let's say that trying to understand this problem with the help of code, like with the help of test cases. Let's say that when n is going with that cases, when n is 9 and x is 40 and y is 8. Okay, so it will check n. Okay, so c bus will be n by b max And if remaining, if n is still remaining, it means that if n modulo b max is true, then c bus will be incremented by 1. Okay, like, and p bus, it will return c bus into x. It will return c bus into x. C bus into x will basically give pollution caused by bus. Okay, because c bus is number of buses into x, it will give here. Okay, like here, so here it will return count of buses into x. Okay, and it will be stored in pollution caused by bus. Okay, in the same way, let's declare a variable called c car. It will be n by c max when only cars are used. Now again it will check if n modulo not b max, if n modulo b max is 100, if n modulo b max, yes, exactly, if n modulo c max is true, then c car will be incremented by 1. We are incrementing because c, like here, let's check that when n is 9, n by 4 will give us 2, but still 1% is remaining which we need to accommodate for. So for 1% we need to increment a count of car. Okay, so c car, and again it will return c car into y. Okay, it will return c car into y, absolutely. Now the third case that is important is if n is greater than 100, if n is greater than b max, then we need to evaluate the case when a mixture of car and buses will be used. Okay, a mixture of car buses will be used, and by now we will output or we will update our answer as int of answer equals to minimum of p bus comma p car, minimum of p bus comma p car. Now when n is greater than b max, okay, let's consider the case when n equals to 150, n is greater than 100. First of all we will be calculating number of bus required, and in this case first of all we will triangle of one bus. Okay, so like int of p bus, let's say c bus will be int of c bus will be n by b max, n is small, will be n by b max. Okay, now we will be updating our n with the remaining number of persons, n modulo b max, Okay, now we need to find count of car also, so int of c car equals to n by c max. Now again if some person are remaining, n equals to if n modulo c max is true, then c car will be incremented. Okay, and let's represent pollution like mixture of car p bus by p car bus. Let's by PCB. PCB will be basically c bus into x plus c car into y. Now we need to update our answer as minimum of answer comma PCB. Now this answer will be compared with this answer, like this answer will be referred as this answer. Okay, see we like in a function called min we cannot have 3 arguments. Okay, so that's why we are comparing these 2 arguments with this PCB by updating our answer here. Like here we updated answer with their minimum, and now their minimum is getting compared with this PCB. Ultimately we are comparing minimum of these 3. Okay, and in the last int and 40, int and pbc. Now we will see out answer. Okay, and then next line for each test case. Okay, so like we need to check where we have declared our answer. Okay, so I hope it will work now, and trying to run this problem. Compile info standard using namespace std. Okay, n was not declared. Okay, I think I wrote some capital N. If n is greater than b max, it will, like, small n will come here, and using std, like copy pasting sample given sample cases. Successfully executed 24, 20 and 100, and the output that should get is the same. Okay, so now let's try to submit this problem. Submission queued. Currently running test case 2, test case 3, and answer correct. Yes guys, like we have successfully solved all the 6 subtasks. Okay, so now we will be going to next problem. Stone game. Stone game. It says that initially Alice and Bob have a bag of n stones. Okay, each having a lowercase alphabet written on it. Bag of n stones. Each having a lowercase alphabet. Both players know the stones of the other player. Initially all the indices are empty. Alice and Bob want to create a string of s of length 2n. Using the stones they play a game to create the string. The rules of the game are as follows. Initially all the indices of s are empty. Alice starts the game. It means that first Alice will insert. Players take alternating turns. Okay, in each turn the player can choose. Okay, the game ends and both the players have used all their stones. So Alice wants S to be graphically small. Okay, and while S wants to be graphically large. Okay, okay guys, so now we are at the 5th question, and the 5th question is stone game. Okay, it says that initially there are 2 players, Alice and Bob. Both have n stones, like they are in small case letters. Let's say you can have A, B, C, D. Okay, D, E, F, like you can have anything, E, F, G, H, anything small case of n length. What they want is to construct a string of 2n length. Okay, right, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and then 7. But the condition is that Alice wants it to be lexicographically small, while Bob want it lexicographically large. Okay, so the small lexicographically is basically compared in, we can say that as we go with a dictionary. Let's write A B C D E F G H. Okay, we can see that A comes first then C. A comes first then C. It means that A is lexicographically small. Okay, while F is greater than C, it means that F is lexicographically large. It just means this thing. Okay, just this thing. Nothing much. Okay, so input values are, each test case contains integer number and number of stones. Okay, and then Alice and then Bob, A Z A. Okay, So now going with the input cases, like sample case 1, n equals to 2, n equals to 3. Alice has AZA while Bob has AZB. While Bob has AZB. So like they will be constructing first of all 6 empty places. Their index will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and then 5. We know that first turn is of Alice, like Alice want to be lexicographically small. It means that Alice want all the small, like want that small characters should be inserted first. Okay, lexicographically small just means that that smaller value should be at smaller places. It means that I equals to 0 is smaller than I equals to 1. It means that smaller character should be at I equals to 0 and larger character should be at I equals to 1. Okay, and now these are given in a random order. So first we need to sort them so that we can know that this value is that first element is smaller than the second element. Okay, so first we will sort them. So let's say sort A and sort B. So it will be AAZ and it will be ABZ. But the thing is that Alice wants lexicographically small while Bob wants lexicographically large. It means that Bob wants the largest element to be at first position. Okay, so we will sort reverse. So we will reverse sort B. So it will give us, okay, so it will give us Z, B and A. It will give us Z, B and A. Now just because now when Alice turns, like when it is of Alice turns, Alice starts first. It means that at I equals to 0, Alice will start. Alice wants smaller value to be at first. Smaller value to be first. So first it will check if starting of Alice. Okay, let's represent it by Alice. It will check if starting of Alice is smaller than starting of Bob. Okay, if it is so, it will insert it at first position. It will insert at first position and it will check Alice of 0 is A while it is Z, and we know that A is less than Z. Okay, so A will be incremented here. Tools, select region. Okay, so it will be like this. Index number 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and then 5. At position 0, it means that Alice will insert it here. Okay, now we will go to Bob at I equals to 1. Okay, and now after this Alice will make its first element as the starting element. Okay, because we have already performed operation on this 0th element. So now starting after this Alice starting will be updated and starting will become 1. Now at I equals to 1, now Bob turns, like it is Bob's turn to insert. Now it will check if Bob 0 is greater than Alice starting. Okay, Alice greater than Alice starting, it will be starting. Okay, because Alice wants to string to be lexicographically large, and if it is so, then it will insert it here, like then it will insert Z. Okay, it will be AZ and these will be left empty. Else if it is not so, we need to check, like we need to check if it is smaller than, if it is smaller than this, then it will insert starting part at the end. It will insert starting part and the end. Okay, now I will try to explain this case too. Okay, first of all let's understand this thing for the smaller values only. Okay, now at I equals to 2 we have Alice turn. At I equals to 2, Alice turn. Now it will check if Alice first is less than Bob first. Okay, now like again here, now Bob starting will be incremented and Bob starting will be 1. Okay, so yes, like we know that Alice is AAZ and it is AAZ. Now I'm writing here like Alice is AAZ and Bob is ZBA, and now Alice starting is this and Bob starting is this. Okay, so now it will, like we know that the string has become A and Z already. Okay, yes, so now we will check Alice, if Alice 1 is less than Bob 1, it will say yes, then Alice will insert A here and Bob will insert B here. B will be inserted at I equals to 3. Okay, and in the same way this whole will be inserted, like this whole string will be made. But now it is very easy case. It is very easy case. Okay, it is very easy case when all string of Alice is less than of Bob. Okay, because it is a direct thing that we want. If it is already less than Bob and we want the Alice to and Alice wants to lexicographically small number, so we just have to insert the values at the indexes. We do not have to do anything. Okay, but now consider as special case. Let's write it as special case. Let's write it as special case. When Alice is, let's say, some X W Z Y, okay, and Bob is, let's say, C A D B. So again, first of all we will sort A. Sort of A will give us W X Y Z, and reverse sort of B will give us D C B and A. See here here the special case is that Alice want its smallest character to be inserted first. It means that here S constructed will be of 8 length first of all. Okay, I equals to 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 and then 7. See, when we will be going to starting part, Alice 0 is W and Bob 0 is D. Alice want lexicographically small. It means that W should be less than D, but it is not so. It means that Alice cannot insert this value here. It means that this value cannot be inserted here. So in this case, lexicographically small, we need to see another side of lexicographically small. Okay, so lexicographically small means smaller value at smaller index. You're right, smaller character or big character, okay, or large character, basically large character as at large index. Like it may sound same thing and like sort of they are, okay, but this thing will impact this problem here. Okay, we have seen that when we try to insert small value at smaller places, it is not possible, else we will get a W here and D here, and see W is not less than D, so it will not be lexicographically small. Okay, so it is not possible. So it is not possible. So we will look at this side, then we will look at this side. This side will be, it means that larger value will be inserted, so it is I equals to 0, I equals to 0, I equals to 1, I equals to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Larger and A here is like Alice becomes W, X, Y, Z, and Bob becomes A, B, C, D. Okay. So now we will look at this part, that is larger at larger index. Okay, so A larger is Z. A larger is Z, and first one is of Alice. It means that Z will be inserted at largest index, and largest index is Z. Okay, so Alice will insert here. Alice will insert here. And then now next one is of B. B will insert here. Next one is of Y. Next one is of Alice. Alice will insert here. And then it will insert B. Bob will insert B here. Okay, then X, then C, and so on. W and D. Now we can verify the statement too. Like now we can verify it too. The first is D and then W. Okay, and then we can see that Z and then A. It means that when Alice inserted, it is like A comes first, then Z. We can see that D comes first, then W. It means it is lexicographically small, and then W comes later than C. It means that W is lexicographically large. Okay, C is lexicographically small, X is lexicographically large, and so on. So the only thing that we need to see is if like all the elements of A are greater than the elements of B, then we need to follow this approach, like larger character at larger index. Okay, so I hope guys like the question is clear to you. I agree that it is a bit of tricky, but like if you have understood this much of concept, then coding part is also not that much difficult. Okay, so now we will go into its summation part, that is coding part. Okay, so now first of all we will be taking input for N, C in N, string A comma B. It will be taking A, B. Okay, and then we will sort A dot begin, comma A dot end. It will sort A, and we have to sort B, but in the reverse order. Okay, so B R dot begin, B R end. Now we know that the string that we have. Okay, let's make a vector to represent all these things. We can make a string too. Okay, but I think inserting values in vector is very much easier as compared to string, and I'm more comfortable with the vector. So vector character, let's represent final. It will be of size 2n basically. So int of I less than 2 into n, and then I plus plus. Okay, well guys, we need to keep a counter of starting and ending part of each of these string. Okay, so we will be declaring variable. Let's int of st represent as starting of A, and ena represents ending of n, and like ending of A. And in the same way, int of st of B represents starting of B, and ending of B represents, and like en B represents n minus 1, that is ending of B. Now int of let's say we need to keep a counter of this final vector also. Okay, so int of stf equals to 0, and then enf equals to 2 into n minus 1. Okay, 2 into n minus 1. So it will be going to be, now see, we know that first of all Alice will start inserting. It means that, and also like we have seen here, when I was 0 it was Alice turn, when I was 1 it was Bob's turn, when I was 2 it was Alice turn. Okay, so it means that when I is even, it is it is Alice turns. Okay, else it is Bob turns. Now also like in this case, see like this when Alice is lexicographic, when Alice is smaller than B after sorting. Okay, in this case, like it is very easy. So our focus will be on to handle this part. Okay, and it will be automatically covered in this thing. So we know that when Alice starts inserting, in this case here we are decrementing basically. Okay, like you can see that here we are decrementing ending part of A. Okay, so here we are decrementing ending part of A. It means that, so here ending was, here ENA basically, ENA was 3. Okay, here ENA was 3, but after using this value, we decremented our EN, and EN becomes 2. Okay, then only for earlier it was here, then it came here. So in this case we are decrementing EN or incrementing starting part. So we need to check if starting of B is less than equals to ending of B. Okay, and also we need to check if A starting A is less than, if A starting A is greater than, basically because we are handling the extreme case, is greater than B starting A. Okay, if it is so, it means that if it is so, then starting of A will be inserted in the ending part. Okay, we are dealing with this case, this case. Here we saw that starting of A, like starting of A, if it is so that less than starting of B, if W is less than D, it means that it is a special case. Then we will insert from back. Okay, so then f of ENF will be AENA. It means that ENF is just represent ending of the final. Okay, ending of our F vector ENA, and then we will decrement both of them, ENA minus minus. Else if it is not so, okay, now we are handling normal case. Let's say if it was when A was AAZ and B was ABZ. Okay, now we are checking if A starting is not less than, or we can say that if A starting is, let's say less than B starting, then we will insert A. At starting. Okay, then we will insert A at starting. It is equals to, okay, it is not equals to, it is, okay, so if it is so, then it is a normal case, and then at starting we will insert A starting, and then we will increment starting of both of them. Okay, else F starting equals to A starting F, and starting F will be incremented starting A. Here it will be A, EN, F. Okay, now else In else part, when I is odd, it means that it is Bob's turn. It is Bob's turn, and Bob wants it to be lexicographically large. Okay. So now when it is Bob's turn, we need to check for this starting and ending variable of Alice string. Okay, so ENA and AST like if and BSTA is greater than, because it is B wants to be lexicographically larger. If BSTA is greater than ASTA, then FSTA will become BSTB. Basically BSTB, it will be STB. Okay, and STF, like starting of F is represented as STF, and starting of B is represented as STB, and starting of A is represented as STA. And in the same way EN part. Okay, so it will be FSTF, then we will update STF and STB. Else, that is for this part. Else, else we will insert in the ending. Equals to B ENF and F, then ENF minus and ENB minus. Again I did the mistake, ENB. Okay. So now for in the last we need to print F2. It will see out I. So I hope it will not give us any compile time error. To run their sample cases. Expecting it to work. Again, man, compile time error. ENB was not declared in the scope. ENB, okay. 30th 18. Like this compile time errors are very irritating. ENB else without a previous if. 50th. Okay, I commented it. Hoping now it will work. It's running, so thank God now no more compile time errors. It's giving AZA, BZA and the output that we were getting was AZA, BZA. Okay, and let's try to run one of the cases that I developed while solving this problem. For it was, let's say, WYZX, and then it was CDAB, and doing it as 3. It shows WCXZAYBX. Okay guys, it is the case that we discussed in this approach. Like it is the case that we were discussing in this thing. So it gives us DWCXPYAZ. So now trying to submit this problem. Presently running test case 7 and it shows wrong answer sheet. Man, I worked very hard on this code today. Like what mistake I have done here. So guys, I identified my problem. Here I have written A. Okay, while B will deal with STB because STB is a variable declared for B. So now I'm trying to submit this problem. Okay, so now it will work, as now I have rectified my error and it's currently running test case 1. currently running test case 7. And yeah guys, like we solve this problem. Like guys, I have learned a lot from this problem. It's of greedy technique, like whatever we call, okay. And I have not learned that part yet, okay. Like if I try to show you my summation for this problem, my submissions, like you can see number of failure in this case, but ultimately I got it, and I got it correct. Okay guys, so that's what we have to learn from the starters and long challenges, or like all the contests, okay. So guys, that's it for today. Like I'm still working on this sixth problem, okay, and it is from dynamic programming, and I need to learn that, okay. So guys, I hope you have learned, and if you have find this video useful, then do like, share, subscribe our channel. So thank you very much guys. Again, I'm saying, if you are finding this content as useful, okay, like either these handwritten explanation, or like this code, or this submission, so guys, please do like, share, subscribe our channel. It will give us motivation. Thank you very much guys. Thank you.